right, still on the entertainment news, RKelly appeals sex crime convictions. Embattled American singer RKelly has asked the highest court in the United States, the Supreme Court, to vacate his 2023 child sex crimes conviction. The musician, found guilty of committing various sex crimes against children, claims the law used to charge him was improperly filed. Lawyers representing the singer filed an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court, arguing that the Federal Protect Act, a 2003 law that allows prosecutors to pursue charges for child sex abusers during the lifetime of the child, does not apply to Kelly's case because the abuse occurred before the act was made law. Just so you know, federal prosecutors in Chicago brought 13 charges against RKelly under the Protect Act in 2020 for crimes he committed against 3 underage girls in the 1990s. He was convicted on 6 of those charges, including creating child pornography and coercing minors into illegal sexual activity, and he's currently serving a 20-year sentence for that conviction. His lawyer, Jennifer Bonjean, said when Congress drafted the 2003 law, they did not express an intent for it to be applied retroactively. Bonjean wrote, and I quote, "Consistent with the well-established presumption against radioactive legislation, the 2003 amendment is inapplicable to the child conduct," end of quote. Now she's asking the Supreme Court to consider whether the law should apply to Kelly. Already, a federal appeals court in Northern Illinois ruled against RKelly earlier this year. A 3-judge panel for the 7th Circuit said that the law was correctly applied because the 3 victims are still alive and that it is not unconstitutional to apply laws retroactively. It is, however, not the first time RKelly has asked a court to overturn one of his various child sex crime convictions. Although he was convicted in Illinois in 2022, he was also convicted on 9 counts of similar crimes in New York in 2021, and is currently appealing his 2021 New York conviction, arguing that he was unfairly charged with violating RICO, the Racketeer, Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, for leading a ring of individuals who recruited women and girls to engage in illegal sexual activity. Wow. RKelly is not going to give up. He doesn't want to give up, and he wants to keep trying to get out.
I don't know. Well, it's okay. I think he just realizes that he has a long stretch of time to spend in jail, and he's trying as much as possible to shorten that length.
Yeah.
But is he guilty or not guilty?
Exactly.
He's definitely guilty. So, I mean, that's why the verdict had been placed, and that's why he's there. But yeah, I mean, it's the job of the lawyers now to find every loophole to try and shorten the sentence of that man. But then I saw a recent video where he was actually singing and giving a show for the guys in prison. And yeah,
that's what he loves to do.
Yeah, that's what he loves to do, and I'm sure he misses that. I'm sure he says somewhere to himself, you know what, I had all this talent in the world, and he got to the peak of his career, but I don't think he's a fulfilled man. I mean, I remember watching that. I remember watching the documentary Surviving RKelly, and it was actually deep, very deep. It just feels, you know, when you get to that moment in your life where you have all that control, actually having the right mind to control it, having the right mind not to do the wrong things, takes a lot of self-discipline.
A lot.
And then you realize, because they also spoke to his family, his brother, and you realize that this is some sort of trauma that he had growing up as a child that he has now, you know what, manifested as an adult, and he now wants to fulfill all his fantasies. But it is terrible. Control is one thing. Another is you're trying to control minors here as well. You know, mind twist game. So it's sad. But I mean, he has to pay for his crimes. However he wants to shorten the sentence, it's up to, I don't know if they're going to be successful, but yeah, he has to definitely pay
So that's the thing. When people are in control of situations, sometimes they do things that on a normal day they would not do. I was having a conversation with someone recently, and the person was talking about something, and I said, I've seen people who have said, oh, I won't do this, I won't do that in the past. But when they could afford those things, or when they got to that point in their life, they did the exact things that they said they weren't going to do, and they said, oh, I'm sorry I judged you, because you will judge what you cannot do. But at the end of the day, like you said, it all boils down to discipline and control. I just wish him the very best.
I mean, going off what you said, like, you know, I usually tell people the things that you complain about in other people, that you hate the most in other people, is probably a reminiscence or a remembrance of what you have inside of you. So you see it in somebody else and you hate it so much. But, you know, when people complain and say, my guy has changed all of a sudden, my brother, when your turn comes, we are going to see if you will change or not.
Exactly.
You know, so he messed up his opportunities.
Yes,
he messed up the power that was given unto him. And he's paying for his crimes.
Yes, he is.
And I'm happy that he's paying. They say karma usually at the end of the day, but pay for it now. So, yes, we are watching him pay for it. And this is also a deterrent and a message to other people who are doing the same to other people. You need to stop using your power to control people and put them under your will. And, you know, everybody has a free will. And let them live.
At least, thank God, it's not a case of the sins of the father is meted out on the children. It's meted out back on him.
Yeah.